This is a T-34-85 tank. There are many like it, but this one is mine. Well, not mine per se, but on June 10th and 11th, 2023, Aquino Tank Weekend, I was lucky enough to represent its commander. I'm standing here in front of you in the uniform of a Soviet World War II tanker, wearing the blue coveralls, padded helmet, and goggles over the top of my regular infantry uniform. We should probably also shoot a video at some point. If you were lucky enough to see this tank live, you probably would have heard me tell you a little bit about its history. But if not, this is the video for you today. So, the most important thing about being a tank commander is, of course, the paperwork. And in my document case here, we have the shipping documents. Serial number of this tank is 39231. And thanks to the effort of Alexei Makarov, the executive director of the T-34 Tank Museum in Moscow, we know exactly the day that this tank left Factory 112. Oh, there's still some gunnery in the background. Events haven't finished yet. Don't mind me. But yes, this tank left Factory 112 on July 26, 1945. A little bit too late to fight Germany, but still in time to fight in Japan and have a very lengthy post-war career. As you can probably see from the front here, extra headlight mount installed on this side. This is a common feature in post-war tanks, and this is actually where the infrared headlight was for night vision. If you research World War II German tanks, you probably know about German night vision for the gunner, the night sights. The Soviets were much more concerned about night vision for the driver, because they wanted to muster the tanks at night and then attack surprise at dawn. The Germans were more concerned about fighting at night. So there was night vision equipment fielded during World War II. They made something like 50 or 60 sets, and then, well, it turned out that technology wasn't quite there yet. So this was a very common post-war modernization on the T-34s and the IS-2s as well, but not really fielded during the war. You can also see on the side that the wheels are not original. The one on the back here is a World War II era wheel. The rest are post-war. This is actually a design inspired by the T-54. It's not exactly the same, but it has that starfish pattern to it. The T-54 wheels are not entirely the same. They're actually a bit wider. But you can see here that even this one's in pretty bad condition, as the wheels were damaged in post-war service, they were replaced with the more modern design. On the back here, you see the engine cover is actually open. This tank experienced some engine trouble this weekend, so we weren't able to see it run. But the backside here is pretty typical for a T-34-85 tank produced in 1945. You can see the guides for the wires to detonate two smoke bombs carried in the back. Unfortunately, we do not have the smoke bomb holders, but you can see the holes where they would have been carried. On this side as well, you can see an original wheel surrounded by two later post-war style wheels, and the traditional T-34 waffle track. Most interesting part, of course, is the damage to the side here. There's definitely all sorts of scrapes and bruises that were welded over the lifespan of the tank. At this time, even though we have been able to verify where they came from which factory, we have not been able to verify what happened to it afterwards. Judging by all the damage and all the modernizations applied to this tank, this T-34-85 clearly had a very rich history even after the war. Unfortunately, we just don't know anything about it. This tank was found by museum staff in the UK when they were over there to purchase a completely different vehicle. And by all accounts, it's been in the UK for a number of decades at that point already. Given that we know its serial number and its precise point and time of departure, perhaps one day we will know the precise history of this very special vehicle.
Okay. Beautiful. You can take it out.
A lot of you were asking if this tank is a runner or not, and unfortunately, you did not get to see the tank drive during the event at Aquino Tank Weekend. But at the very least, we get to see our illustrious driver Mihai back the T-34-85 into the garage. Maybe next year we'll get to see it take a lap around the battlefield. But for now, enjoy the soothing sounds of a 12-cylinder V2 diesel engine.